welcome to another brand new episode here on Riverbend Springs. So as you can see, we're in the wheat field, we're in the field that we were ploughing in the last episode, but I have virtually now finished it. Recording these episodes back to back at the moment, but we'll get this done. As I say, I want to get this drilled with wheat, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to turn probably the middle field, or maybe the end field actually, so it's a little bit more out of the way, but the end field into a rice paddy so that we can do some rice, because you know it's good to do the new things in game, and I haven't done rice. So you may remember from last weekend's the Oak series, where I said that I was probably not going to play FS25 for a little while, mainly because the save game that we'd started on here had been lost overnight, along with pretty much all my other files. So I was a bit annoyed, and then literally I think a day later I got a comment from someone that said they were really looking forward to the series, that it was a good start and they really enjoyed it. And so I thought, well, if people are going to enjoy it, and to be fair, they are quite watched, the first, I think, 2-3 episodes that I've done of these, they are sort of well watched. So I thought, well, do you know what, actually then I will put the effort in, I will get it back, and I will do what's required to get where we were. And so this is what I've been doing. So that field has now been, I've kind of got back to where I was originally, and as I say, I left it on ploughing this field, so hopefully everything will be okay. To be fair to the game, I think it was a mod that I downloaded, and I got suckered in by a particular website that had got, I think, 50 some odd pages of FS25 mods, and I just thought, oh wow, I love that mod, oh I love that mod, oh I love that mod. And what of course had happened was they'd been really badly converted, and I think that's what it was, because it then happened on another save that I included this particular mod in. I'm not going to say what the mod is, and I'm not going to say the website, because that's not really sort of fair of me. But for the very long foreseeable future, my advice to anyone watching this video and thinking about all these wonderful mods that are coming out instantly after the game's sort of been released, just get your mods from the mod hub, from Giant's mod hub. They're going to work, because every mod that I've downloaded from there, not a problem, not an issue. So just get your mods from there. Don't get drawn and suckered in by the I had that in FS22 and I absolutely love that mod, and blah 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 blah. And then what happens is you get, like me, you lose your save game, you lose sort of everything that you'd sort of done early doors, and because it put me off the game, because I thought it was the game, but it turns out it may well have been a mod, because as I say, I got rid of the mod, and then tried a save game. Excuse me, I'm still suffering really badly with my sore throat and cold. So then I tried another save game, and I just sort of tried it, and I did I did about 10 hours on it, and everything was fine. Every time I reloaded the game, the save was there, and that, so that's pretty good. Now we have got to finish as well the P contract. So what we're going to do is, as I say, this field I'm going to turn into the rice paddy, hopefully. This field and that field will farm, and the field over there will farm. Now, as suspected, and this is not a dig, this is just me being sort of what can I say? Attempting to be funny, and I'm saying it with a huge smile. Thousands of you didn't comment of whether you wanted me to keep the cows or not. So it's kind of like, well, do I, don't I? I probably will, to be fair. I was going to turn this area into the productions area, but I might keep it. This shed might go, I think, maybe. Mr. Decisive, and then that shed definitely will go, because I think we can put greenhouses here for our rice saplings, so this would be a good place for them. Now, one thing I did try out was I took some water from here, and it charged me an extortionate amount of money for water. Is it me, or have giants basically done what Labour have done and made it virtually impossible for any of us to make any money on this game? Like, honestly, like the economy on the last game on easy was literally, harvest a field of canola, harvest a field of soybeans. You were a millionaire. Do you know what I mean? This game, like, because there might be another sort of save coming on FS25, because I was lucky enough to be given something by someone. And I've loaded it in and I've had a go, and it's all fine and it's all perfect. It's one of the base maps, but completely changed. And I'm sort of thinking, actually, that might make an alternative series on FS25. So here we've got the kind of, we started with 500 grand. That's what we started with, and it's a bit like kind of real life at the moment, where like farmers are going, well, I'm not investing because I ain't going to make no money at this, and what have you, and I've kind of like sort of, when I put in 500 grand originally, I was sort of thinking, it'll be okay. We'll motor through this save. Let's get over to the pea harvester if I've still got it. I have. Yeah. So so I thought, I'll motor through this save game, and I still can't believe this is in the game, by the way. Just saying. So I thought, I'd like really get through it really sort of comfortably, but nah, like that's not the case. Even on easy, you're going to struggle. It's a little bit, I guess, easier to make money on easy, which it should be, but there's not much difference. Like, there's genuinely not much difference. Like, I've watched a few YouTubers that start from scratch, start with what the base game has to offer, and start from there on easy. And I was thinking, well, you're going to be fully expanded and own the whole map within, sort of 30-40 episodes. No, like, they're not. They are genuinely sort of struggling, and it's the same here. Like, I've suddenly realised, actually, we're not going to make money that quickly, and we are on easy. Contracts are worth nothing. Like, the only thing with the contracts is definitely don't be doing spraying contracts, seeding contracts, or any contracts like that, unless you can get yourself free spray and free sort of seeds and stuff like that. But definitely don't be doing them. But the harvest ones, not so bad. Even if you and this is a thing that I think I've noticed as well, to borrow this equipment is a lot less money than what it ever used to be. So actually, harvest contracts are well worth doing, because I'm only paying 400 quid for this. Now you go to the shop and try and hire it to take all of the 10 grand, say, and suddenly you've lost anywhere upwards of about 10 to 13,000. Suddenly we're lost, but 400 quid. Right? It's kind of like, well, yeah, all right then, that'll do. I'll borrow it for 400 quid. I'll pay you up front. And do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, harvest contracts well worth it. Probably even the wood contracts are well worth it as well. I mean, I don't know, because I've never done them, and I'll be honest, I'm unlikely to ever try them because I'm not very good loading wood. So yeah, it's unlikely that I'll try it. But sort of these contracts, spinach, beans, sort of even ploughing contracts. We've got a tractor and a plough, so we don't need to borrow anything like that, and we can set a worker on it. So in the background, this is I think this is how, and maybe Giants have done it like this because no one uses contracts hardly in their saves, and so therefore, or it appears that no one hardly. I mean, like in my saves, I do sometimes do contracts, but I do them all off camera, just because I think sort of people wouldn't be that interested in me, doing, you know, repeated contracts sort of thing. Like, so I do them off camera. And I don't do loads, but if I'm at a loose end and I'm waiting for some, either crop to ripen so I can harvest it, or I'm waiting for a drilling season to come in or whatever, and I've got a spare day, rather than skip the day, I'll just do a contract, or might do 2 contracts or whatever, like. But and that's sort of how I kind of get around it, But right, what we'll do is, we will now go down there and empty into him. Now, I've got a feeling we're going to get fined for one of these contracts. I don't know, but I've got a feeling that we are going to get fined for one of these contracts. And the reason I say that is because the first contract we emptied all the peas on, and it didn't complete the contract. So yeah, we may be getting a hefty fine. If we do, then what I will do is, in the future, I will just take one contract at a time and just keep borrowing the equipment. See, I tried to be a bit naughty, because what I tried to do was borrow the equipment on one contract and then use it on the other 2 contracts where I could take the full payment. But I think the game's kind of gone, hang on a minute, I know what you're doing here. You're trying to make money, son. Not having that. Not having you making money. What are you talking about? So it's I think gonna hammer me for one contract, or maybe even both of them. I don't know. But oh dear. You definitely need a lower trailer when you're doing peas, because that trailer's too high. But that trailer's definitely filling up, unless it just didn't empty, unless it got to the tip point and I kind of sort of took over before it had a chance to empty, and I'd kind of like assumed that it had emptied. And I'll tell you the reason why I say that is because normally it gives you the trailer the right size for the job. And we're definitely going to be full long before we get to the end of this field. So I don't know, but anyway, what I'll do is I'm going to switch over to a little bit of to a little bit of time lapse, so that you don't have to. Why are you not harvesting? Did I lift it up rather than put it down? I don't know. We need to put the chute in. Right. There we go. Should be harvested now. Yeah, there we go. We're off. Right, so as I say, I'm going to do a little bit of time lapse, and then we'll get to this field done. And then once we get this field done, we'll then go back to the farm. We've got some drilling to do. We've got some other little jobs to do. I might even try and find another little contract somewhere, like ploughing or something like that, and do in the background while we're drilling. Because I'll be on the power harrow. So I'll power harrow it and then I'll drill it. And the only reason I'm going to do it that way is because the power harrow is 1.5 meters smaller than the drill, so there's no point power harrowing in front of the drill, because the drill's just going to be sat around waiting. So I'll do that, and then I'll do both jobs, but in the background we can have a ploughing contract on the go. I just very quickly want to check this. 117 is not enough, and that's too big really. It'd be nice. we definitely get stuff done, but I think it's a bit too big for us at the moment. Although having said that, well, no, it's a bit too big for us at the moment. We've no need to spend 181,000. I'm half tempted to actually to buy another one of those Challenger tractors. You're looking probably at about 60 grand for the tractor, but it's going to do everything that we need to do. We haven't got that much in the way of land or anything like that, so there's no point sort of like that New Holland. It'd be nice, of course, but there's no point buying something like that, and then we've got like a 4-meter drill to go on the back of it. Do you know what I mean? Well, our challengers will pull that, you know, drill, and there's no point, as I say, sort of making life more difficult for yourself in terms of having a tractor that you can't, you know, use to its full potential. That's just going to be wasted money. At 118 grand, you know, we could get 2 of those Challenger tractors for that, and they'd both be put to work every day. So, and they'd both fit in quite nicely. We're only going to get one, just as we've got a third tractor, and then I would like a new drill. I'm not keen on that drill. I'd like a mounted drill, if I'm honest, just because a farm this size would pretty much have a mounted drill over a trail drill. And as well, excuse me, and as well, this is another reason why I'm going to switch over to a little bit of time lapse, because as soon as I talk for any length of time, I start coughing and different things, and I say my throat really hurts. Another thing that I'm going to try and remember to do as well, and I'll try and remember to do it in this episode, but I'll do it off camera, is I'll turn the machinery noise down a little bit, because I have noticed, I have watched the videos back, and the machinery noise is quite loud. I suppose we could do that while I'm sort of talking, but yeah, anyway, I'm going to switch over to a little bit of time lapse. We're going to do this, and then we'll get our jobs done on our farm, and then we'll see where we're at. So that's got that done, thank goodness. And as I say, now we can get on a little bit with our own work, just while the very kind helper is delivering the load for us, the load of peas. And as I say, once he gets that done, we'll be able to cash those contracts in. It turns out that I might not actually get fined, that they might actually work out okay, so that's not too bad in the end. But anyway, we'll get this field power harrowed, get it down, and then we'll be able to get it drilled. And as I say, it's going to become weak, this field, so we'll just take the furrow out, all the furrows out, and then when we come to do it the proper way, when we come over this again, it won't be as bad, and not only that, when we cross it, it won't be as bumpy, And then not only that, but when we come to drill it, it should be a lot smoother. You can see the effect that it has, and to be fair, that's fairly realistic. You know, your proper tractors would, they don't like open furrows. A good ploughman, what they'll do is on the last breed they'll shallow the plough so that you're barely in the ground, and then that way, if you're barely in the ground, obviously you're not creating nowhere near the furrow that you was. Yeah, so that's what you would do. But excuse me, dear me. So yeah, as I say, you would shallow the plough, and then it would create not such a deep furrow. But we'll just, as I say, go around the 3 sides that we ploughed, and then that will be. Excuse me again. That will be okay. Right. Pardon me. Oh dear. I'm quite getting into this save already, if I'm honest. I didn't think I would do, but I'm kind of, I don't know, I've suddenly found some remotivation from somewhere. I think now that I know that it wasn't the game that lost everything, and that it was actually a dodgy mod, I think kind of like, you know, maybe I was a bit harsh then. So what we'll do is we'll start down here. We'll have to put it on to a helper. Yeah, right. I'm going to go off and do some more time lapse. I do apologise. I'm just finding it really, really difficult to talk without coughing and spluttering and everything else. So I'm going to switch over to some more time lapse, and we'll do this field. And I'm back. Right. I'm going to leave the worker to do the drilling in that field. They should be able to manage that okay. Right, this is the field that I've kind of selected for the rice field. I think this field is quite a big field, and I think it'll be more than suitable for rice. I don't know why the computer has decided to change the angle that I ploughed the field at. That's a bit odd. Whatever. This game does continually throw up new stuff, but there we go. Anyway, so yeah, this is the field that I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game, and then I'm going to have a go, and then if I get it wrong, I can then at least come back to where I was. So you can see it saving. I'm going to save it also. I'm then going to turn autosave off, so that we don't get no unfortunates. And then if everything is as I want it, then you know, we can then put autosave back on, but that's fine. I'm a bit kind of anxious and excited all in one go at doing this, because I've not actually done it yet within the game, and I was on the right page and then I quit. Alright, so I don't know if you have to double click that or not, but I always do. I don't think you do, but there we go. Right. Is it going to load? Yes, it loads. Whew. I have no idea what it's in. Won't be in animals, that is for sure. Ah, there we go. Right. So, as I understand it, we go from corner to corner. Right, then what do we do? Finish. Ta-ta! Right, let's have a look at the horrible job I've done. Oh, actually, no, that's okay. That's alright. Excellent. Oh, and it cultivated it for free for me as well. Very nice. Right, let's just... Oh, it's made a little bit of a messy here, but that'll be okay. That'll be alright, Swan. Yeah, so anyway, good job. Pleased with that, and that'll be our rice field. And say, oop, crikey, my mouse has gone wonky again. Yeah, we will be growing standard rice this year, but another thing that I want to do as well is I want to take that shed down, and I want to put the saplings there. Now, I don't know as if we will be able, I mean, we might be able to, if we can grow enough saplings between now and then you know, we'll grow that one. The only sort of thing with that is that obviously we will need the other equipment, and you know, it does mean, I think, sort of just keep doing the odd contract here and there. There's another one that I want to do, that's a bean contract, and I want to do that one just because, again, I haven't used that machine yet. But so we've got that done. So we've got sort of standard rice that we can go for, but it's the long grain rice. Now, I don't know if you've been watching a few other YouTubers, but they're having an issue where they're doing everything they should do, but they're getting quite a lot of withered bits within their standard rice. So I would rather go for, because we're not going to make no money really out of it anyway, and we've already got a combine, we've already got a seeder, we're going to have a new seeder. I'm not sticking with that. I think for now we'll just keep doing standard rice, but eventually we will move over to no, we're going to do long grain rice, sorry, and then we will move over to standard rice. And it may be once we start getting land that we can then turn, you know, these fields into rice paddies as well. Although, to be fair, eventually I do want to take these fields out of production, because this is where the farm's going to expand, I do believe, as the years pass. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, mainly because my voice is just giving up, and I'm really struggling. So I'm going to go and off and have a rest for a bit, and see if I can see if I can try and sort of stop coughing, because the whole time that I was doing that time lapse, I was coughing and spluttering the whole way through. But anyway, when we come back, that field will be done, and or will still be being done. And as I say, we've got the rice field done now, so we've got a contract to do. We'll take that out now, and that'll be ready for us next episode, which is here somewhere. There it is. So we'll do that. So we'll borrow items. That's the only one. There is another P con. I think there's another 2 P contracts as well. Yeah. So there's that one. That one. There is another one as well. That one. Oh, there's another 3. So another ones have come up as well. So I might even do them off camera. In the sort of bit. So the other, we got our money, but we also got an extra 10 grand for the crop off that pea field, which is unexpected, to say the least, because I expected a few £100, maybe £1,000, but we got 10 grand, and then we got the money for the actual contracts, which was about 9 grand. So we actually did all right out of those 2 contracts, but we will do some more, and then as I say, we'll get in the next episode, we'll get that finished, we'll get the contract finished, we'll then do some, I'll probably do the P ones off camera, because I'm I'm fully aware that people might not be as enthusiastic about it as what I am, but so I'll do them off camera. That'll be a bit more money, because we need a water bowser for that. We're going to need water bowser for our greenhouses and stuff like that, and we're also going to need water as well for the animals. It might well be that in time I move the animals from where they are there. I could move the animals out there and start having them graze out there. So we could well be doing that, but for now, actually, interestingly enough, okay. Where's the trigger things gone? Oh, there we go. That's the one I wanted. We can get 25 in there, and we've got 3 at the moment, according to that, so that's fine. We may as well grow beef stock, really. I don't know if they're dairy cows. Does it say what cows they are? Yeah, they're beef stock. That's perfect. We haven't got no food for them, but I have noticed a field of grass out over there. No, hang on, let me get my bearings. Over there, there's a field of grass out there, so I might buy that field. If not, what we'll do is this field will be drilled with grass, depending on the price of that other one. But if that other one turns out to be too expensive, then I will drill this with grass, and that will feed our beef stock, because we'll just feed them hay, or silage. We can just feed them sort of silage all year round. There's no issue with that. And in the summer months, they'll have the paddock that they're actually grazing in. They'll have that as well, so we'll be able to do that. But anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.